What is up, y'all? It's your girl, brand new, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back with a Real Housewives of Atlanta extra. I'm gonna be reading out of the comment section, honey, from Carlos King's show. He did about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. He made so many great points, you guys, on his show about the situation with Kandi and Sanya and how Kandi wants Sanya to pick a side, and like, girl, if you don't get out of here with that childish bullshiggity, honey. So without further ado, I'm going to play the audio from Carlos King talking about the Sanya situation where she mentioned she would bring Phaedra back and she would bring Porsha back, and how Kandi got so mad about it. See, I told y'all, Kandi feel like Marlo trying to bring down her character, but Kandi is telling on herself. She's showing how narcissistic she is and how egotistic she is. Okay, because it was a hypothetical question that Carlos asked Sanya. He asked all his guests. And for you to get so offended that she said, oh, I'll bring Phaedra back. Phaedra was entertaining. Are we supposed to just throw Phaedra away because of what she allegedly did to you? Like, you are childish as hell. I told y'all, this bitch has been holding up Real Housewives of Atlanta all these years. Okay? With this Phaedra beef. She's holding the show up now, okay, with her stale storylines that she got with, you know, her mother not liking her husband. Girl, if you don't find another storyline and stop playing with us. So without further ado, I'm going to play that audio. And Miss Robinson, honey, will be in and out with her commentary.
Being said, what happened over the weekend is my conversation with Sanya went viral because she listed, well, let me back up. My conversation with Sanya, which is on my YouTube channel, so if you missed it, go watch it. I actually really enjoyed it. And a lot of people did say, Carlos, after your interview with Sanya, I like her. And that's what this podcast is about. I interview people to make sure y'all see a side of them that their shows aren't showing because they got to share camera time with multiple people. So, on my podcast, I asked Sanya, if you had a crystal ball, name 5 other housewives you would love to be on the show with. I asked everybody this question. Not only me, a lot of people ask everybody this question. Sanya answered it by saying, Sheree, Marlo, well, I've already worked with Kenya and Kandi, so let me just take them off right here, and let me add Claudia, I think did she say Porsha and Phaedra? And she said because Phaedra and Kandi can't be in the same show the same season, so let me add Phaedra and remove Kandi for this season, and then Kandi can come back the following season.
Now, what's the harm in that? She even mentioned that Kandi can come back the following season. What was so bad, okay, about what Sanya said? Okay? This ain't even about Marlo. Y'all don't have Marlo to blame. Okay? This is Kandi. This is her character. She wants yes men around her. Carlos even mentioned it on this podcast. Okay? That's what you want. Everybody on your damn side. And you don't have nobody keeping you honest. Is something wrong with her, you guys? And don't get your ass in my comments talking about, oh, I'm jealous. I think one of y'all tried to put, I'm jealous of Kandi and Kenya. You better look at my motherfucking pictures. I ain't one of these funny looking ass YouTubers. I'm beautiful as hell. And just because you can't see me do my show, don't mean I ain't looking good while I'm doing my show. Okay? Shit, get out of here with that. I'm sick of like reviewing the show. Everything is about Team Kenya and Kandi. And if you ain't Team Kenya and Kandi, you know, we don't want to hear what you have to say. Get out of here if you are a part of that. I'm serious. Come back for my other stuff that you like, but be fair. Okay? My opinion is my opinion. Ain't nobody hating on no damn Kenya. Why the hell would I want to be 50-something years old with a fucking toddler? That's not cute to me. I would never be 50 plus years old trying to have a baby with a nigga that showed me the first time that he didn't want me. She looks stupid and pathetic. And because what? The popular people on YouTube, they're not calling her out. It's not true. Okay, that's what y'all be wanting. You want people to have a popular opinion. I don't have a popular opinion. I always tell y'all, I have the unpopular opinion. Okay, let me calm down. But that shit gets on my nerves with Real Housewives of Atlanta. These cliques and... Child, I told y'all, I'm a neneleakes fan. That's who really I'm a fan of. Everybody else, I could kind of take or leave. Okay? Yes, I like Marlo. I do. I like her. Do I like how she's going about this situation with Kandi? No. And using a nephew? No. I never said I was for that. I wish she would find another way to get her damn point across. But like I said, I think her primary intention is to make Kandi work for her check. That way this bitch can stop coasting by. Okay? That's what she wants. She want Kandi to step up to the plate. Kenya too. That's all they do is live vicariously through other people's storylines. And then when it comes to certain stuff in their life, they don't want to show it. They want to pick and choose what they show on reality TV. So let me finish playing this.
It was fine. It was so fine that y'all didn't make that clip viral on your own. Let's have a real conversation. When Sanya listed the housewives she would love to be on the show, not one of y'all made that clip go viral because all of y'all know it wasn't that deep. It wasn't that deep and it wasn't shady.
It wasn't deep. It wasn't shady. Sanya wasn't being shady. But this is what Kandi wants. She wants you to be all on her side. Just like Monyetta said, she got some type of call from Kandi because Monyetta was what? Being nice to Marlo? Y'all being childish. Yeah, but Marlo, listen, at this point, if y'all gonna keep acting stupid like this, just go to Andy and say you don't want to film with Marlo. Just go ahead and do that. I would rather y'all do that than this childish bullshiggity where you want everybody to take your damn side and have your back. Okay?
And this is coming from the Shade Master. It wasn't shady. I did not even clip that to promote her interview. Because I felt like it was a very standard answer that everybody answered. It wasn't that deep for me. Kandi felt that Sanya's answers were shady. And said, you want me to get off the show? What about you? They call you boring. Which they do. And I asked Sanya that. I said, Sanya, the girls and the gays and they. Shade. And she answered it. But I never thought that was shade. I didn't think that was shade. Everybody answered that question. So then Kandi said, you listed people you were a fan of. You're a fan. Let's stop there. Me and Dustin Ross talked about this on my Love and Marriage recap, about the word fan being used against people. What is wrong with being a fan?
Thank you. Thank you.
Why all of a sudden is the word fan a negative connotation? Why? I am a fan of people. I am the king of reality television, and I am still a fan of people.
And I already know what people are going to say because they hear Carlos speaking out. Well, he stole from Kandi. And once again, she's this perpetual victim that everybody keeps screwing over, from Phaedra to Carlos to whoever, honey. Kandi is this victim. Okay? Carlos need to worry about his shows. He need to make Love and Marriage Huntsville better. Okay? It's just like, if you don't like Love and Marriage Huntsville, don't watch the damn show. Okay? Like, y'all use any little thing against somebody just so you don't have to hear the truth. Okay? He's speaking a word. Y'all don't want to hear it.
What is wrong being a fan? Do you mean to tell me when you reach a certain pinnacle of success, you have to forget all the people you were a fan of? This is weird. Stupid to make the word fan sound whack. We should be lucky to have fans. I don't care so are you saying that celebrities can't be fans of each other? I don't like that. I don't like when other people do it. I don't like it in general. I don't see the issue with Sanya choosing not to pick a side. Kandi, you're not helping this argument when it comes to you really are being accused of having yes people around you. We've seen it with the OLG, what they call the Candy Cody crew. People are saying that. And your argument isn't holding firm, disrupting that, because why does Sanya have to be loyal to you? She's been on the show for 2 years. She met you and Marlo the same time, same bat station.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Okay. Narcissism. It's about me. You got to have my back. I've been on the show longer than everybody. I'm the queen. Okay. I'm over here smiling, y'all. Come on, Carlos. Come on. Carlos is speaking a word, honey, and I am here for it. And that damn Kandi and Todd, honey, ooh, child. They gonna be mad as hell, but I don't give a damn. Carlos don't give a damn. He's speaking the truth. He made another good point, and then I'm gonna get into his comment section, okay? He made another good point. Now, real quick, he also mentioned how Kandi was not there for Phaedra. Remember when Apollo went to prison? Phaedra got cool with Nene. Who had a problem with that? I will wait. Kandi did. She did not like that Phaedra had forgiven Nene, and Nene had forgiven Phaedra. Remember they used to have a little beef. Okay. But yeah, Kandi didn't like that. Kandi also, her and Kenya, I told y'all, they are dividers. Okay? Divide and conquer. They are the queens of that. They got mad at Porsha season 12 for making up with Nene. Go back and watch it. They have such a problem with it because they want everybody to be against Nene. Just like now, we want everybody to be against Marlo because we are. And we are members of the Cool Girls Club, okay?
She needs to choose you over Marlo. Just because y'all vacation together in Jamaica doesn't mean that there's an alliance. Now it's making me think you like alliances. Because, and I'm going to say, y'all can read me for this, I don't believe in the Kenya and Kandi friendship. I think that's an alliance.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. Hallelujah. 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 Carlos is speaking a word. What you want for Christmas, Carlos? Okay, what you want from the Dollar Tree? You can get whatever you want from the Dollar Tree, Carlos. Miss Robinson will pay for it, okay? Don't y'all judge me on my Dollar Tree gifts, okay? Ain't nothing wrong with it, okay? Sure.
It's not genuine to me, based on how Kandi treated Kenya when she got on the show, because Kandi was indeed loyal to Phaedra. Read me if you want to. I don't buy it. I base things off of facts. If y'all believe Kenya and Kandi's friendship is genuine, then believe that, child, believe anything in the world, okay?
Exactly. We've been saying it for years. I know I've been saying it. They're not really friends. It's an alliance. She did not like Kenya because Kenya kept trying to triangulate Phaedra and Apollo's marriage, kept trying to get in the middle of that because Misery loves company and Walter didn't want her ass. Okay? Told y'all, they not really friends. They're just the last two. It's like a game of Survivor. And they just the last two that's around. Sheree was, a part of the OGs the first 4 seasons, right? But, yeah, they're not really friends like that. They didn't probably got more cooler over the years because they are still on the show together. Period. Kandi, I'll say this about Kandi over Kenya. I feel like, Kandi is out in the open with her stuff, with Mama Joyce and Todd. And, she has had real storylines. Her and Kenya, they just don't match up in that way. Kenya matches up with Drew Sidora, the actress. That's who she match up with. But yeah, Kandi don't really respect Kenya. She feel like, go back to season 12 when Kenya was crying over Mark messing with another woman, and the woman, I guess, said she didn't want the sex to stop. Kandi was looking at her like, bitch, you need to be leaving this man alone. Go back to season 9 when she kept crying over Mac. Kandi was like, why is you still talking to him? You need to be done with him. Like, she don't be understanding Kenya's storylines. Okay? She don't get that because Kandi don't do all of that. I'll give her that. She don't do all that theatrical bullshiggity, Lifetime movie character bullshiggity that y'all girl do. She don't do all of that. Okay? One thing I will say about Kandi and Kenya, though, I will say I was in support of when Kandi had Kenya's back, season 8, after, who was it? Phaedra and Portia. After Phaedra and Portia tried to clown Kenya. Y'all remember because Tammy's nephew and, I guess Kenya had a crush on him. And they was trying to say, that man, he just didn't like you. And you were upset about it. No, the man was violent. He was crazy. Okay? Spazzing out on people. Now, I was with Kenya for that. Y'all know I cannot stand Kenya. But I was team Kenya. She didn't deserve to be disrespected by that man. He could have hurt her. And they sitting up here bringing the Black Lives Matter into it. Like, they just went down the wrong road. And it was Kandi that stood up for Kenya. I was here for that. Now, that's some real shit. I was here for it. She had her back. Kenya needed somebody to have her back because they were being delusional. Y'all know that, especially around that time, I liked Phaedra and Portia more than Kenya, but I was with Kenya with that. I was with Kenya and Kandi because they recognized that guy, Tammy's nephew, was dangerous. He had even knocked Tammy down. And they seen all this shit. Sheree was there too on that black man BS. Oh, they need to stop labeling our black men as being aggressive. Monkey see, monkey do. If these niggas would stop getting aggressive, would nobody call them that? Okay? Ain't nobody calling y'all that for no reason. The man was aggressive and disrespectful to Kenya. Yes, she was flirting with him at first. She was flirting. He was a nice looking man. I wasn't mad at that either. But what they did was they tried to use that against her to defend this violent man. I wasn't here for that. But I was here for Kandi having Kenya's back with that. Kandi also had Kenya's back with the whole Apollo situation. But this is the thing with Apollo saying that Kenya tried to get with him in LA. A lot of us believed it because of her behavior, you guys. Behavior reflects intention. Had she not sown that seed, we wouldn't have believed it. But Kandi apologized to her for that. That was okay. I'm cool with that. Okay? I'm chill like that. I'm cool like that. Okay? I can recognize that. I can recognize that. Shout out to Miss Wanda. I can get with that. But, child, Carlos is reading these people. Let me get into the comment section, honey, because it's just too much, honey, for Miss Robinson. All right, guys, let me get into this comment section. So one person says, I think the issue Kandi has with Sanya is that Sanya is always defending Marlo when someone says something about her, but when someone throws shade at Kandi, she laughs about it. That's where the issue is coming in at. Let's go back to season 9 when Marlo was talking about Kenya and how she can't keep a broke man, and Kandi bust out laughing. What about at the reunions when you was more cool with Portia, Kandi, and you laughed at the stuff that Kenya said about Porsha, and it was derogatory and it was nasty. It was malicious. You sat up there and openly laughed. So now when somebody else does it, they're not loyal. No, she don't owe you no loyalty. People owe you loyalty when they like you, when y'all are really friends. Just because y'all do stuff together, that don't mean y'all are friends. Okay? You got enough people on your damn side. And they using Marlo as the scapegoat to get out of seeing Kandi for who and what she is. She has some narcissism in her personality, where it's all about her. Take my side. No. Ain't nobody gonna be up your ass and on your side. And she loves that. But when Nene was on here and Cynthia had her back and Marlo had Nene's back, that was an issue. They up her ass. Okay? But it's okay with her though. Another person says, critical thinker here, Kandi expects Sanya to be neutral as you describe how you would be in a friend group. When you have two friends who don't like each other, you don't allow them to gossip about the other one in your presence. This is how you stay neutral. Monyetta, on the other hand, is a close friend of Kandi, thus should have her back. Monyetta didn't even need to have Kandi's back. Nobody needs to have your damn back. Okay? You wasn't in any danger. Period. Another person says, and I knew there would be somebody in his comments saying this, you can tell that Carlos has an issue with Kandi. No, y'all need to quit with that. Y'all so goofy. It ain't about him having an issue with her. It's about telling the truth about the damn show. But see, it's a popularity contest. And if you like certain people, then guess what? More people is going what? Listen to the review. They gonna give you a thumbs up. And when you saying the opposite of the popular opinion, guess what? People gonna drag you. Okay, so this ain't about him. I knew there would be some goofy MFers in the comments. Yeah, he just mad at Kandi. Y'all just want everybody to be on the side you want them to be on. No, on the popular side. And Kandi's rich. She got the most money. And don't nobody care about that. Okay? Another person says, Kandi and Kenya have a real, genuine friendship outside of the show. Having lost my father, I would never blame anyone or get upset at anyone for not reaching out or sending flowers if we didn't have a solid, genuine friendship. Marlo and Kandi are cordial, but they never had a friendship, even remotely close to what Kandi and Kenya have. That's true. That's true. But I'm looking at Kandi's behavior on how she want everybody to take her damn side. Because guess what? The truth is the truth, and the truth needs no proof. So with that being said, let people side wherever they want to side. But this whole argument that Sanya should turn against Marlo because Kandi don't like her, no, she's not gonna do that if Marlo is being good to her. Yeah, but they still don't know Marlo, and Marlo hasn't backstabbed them, and okay, all of that could be true. But y'all still, Kandi and Kenya are acting like first and second graders, wanting everybody to take their damn side. That's why I said they both need to go. Another person says, child, at this point, I'm convinced some people just don't like Kandi for whatever reason. Shut up. Like, what is you doing? Everybody don't like Kandi. Okay? I think it's popular to dislike Nene. Hell, it used to be popular to dislike Kenya. Okay? But I think right now with the tone of the show, it's team Kandi and Kenya. Period. And if you're not on that team, then guess what? Don't nobody want to hear what you got to say, baby. Okay? Another person says, I remember when Kandi first stood up for Kenya, when they went on vacay in Florida and a guy tried to fight Kenya, and Phaedra and the others were blaming Kenya for him attempting to attack her. I'm thinking Kenya grew on Kandi. I just talked about that, and I was in agreement with them getting together for that, with Kandi having Kenya's back, because Kenya actually was not wrong. Okay? Phaedra and Portia, they didn't like Kenya at that time. So they used that against Kenya, which I told y'all was wrong. I did a whole video on it. Okay? So another person says, as a day one, I agree that Kandi has some flaws. Finally, shit. The destruction of her friendship with Phaedra hurt me because I was invested in both of them. But during that destruction, you raised a good point about her not being there emotionally for Phaedra. Exactly. She wasn't there for Phaedra, but got mad at Nene and Phaedra for coming together. And Nene got down to that reunion that season and said, I went through a divorce. It tore up my kids, my family. You ain't never went through that. So Nene at that time was calling in, checking on Phaedra, and Kandi wasn't. Kandi got so happy to have a man in her life because Todd began attacking Phaedra. I guess she had owed him some money. But this is what I know. That MFer, honey, that brother Tucker waited until Apollo was locked away in prison, and then he began coming for Phaedra. Once her man wasn't there to defend her, and we see a lot of BANs do that on these shows. Oh, she ain't got no woman. We see it on Married to Medicine all the time with Eugene and Quiet. And I know a lot of y'all are Team Toya, so this go over y'all heads. But that's wrong for how Eugene, would come at Quiet at the Married to Medicine reunion. Just because Quiet don't have no man. Go look back to when she had a man and how he wasn't talking all that bullshiggity then. Him and Toya was very nice to Quiet. Once she divorced Dr. G, it was like, F that B. She ain't worth nothing. We gonna dog her out about being divorced. She by herself. She lonely. Okay? But meanwhile, hell, Toya is the one that's lonely. Okay? Let her tell it. She done lost herself in her marriage. Okay, but honey, that's a story for another day. The person goes on to say, we saw it with Todd versus Mama Joyce versus her. She still struggles with putting the respect of her husband over the love of her mother. However, in this case, Kandi wanted Sanya to take accountability for Marlo's accusations. If Marlo does wrong, will Sanya call her out? The jury is still out. If that's how Marlo feels, like Kandi, could have did something for her. Like Sanya can't control that. Okay? Sanya, y'all keep trying to. I think she would challenge Marlo and be like, well, girl, you wrong. Well, da-da-da. But she can't change how Marlo feels. Even if Marlo is wrong. Okay? She can't change. You cannot make anybody do anything. Okay? Well, I just feel like she has Marlo's back. She like her more than you. You and Kenya are unlikable. Y'all are. Another person says Kandi seems to have the best track record on the show for maintaining friendships outside of the people who have screwed her over. If we are going to run back past criticisms of Kandi from old cast members, let's run back what they said about Marlo. She even got Cynthia to cuss her out in season 12, and Cynthia never really go there. Yeah, that is true. Cynthia did have to cuss Marlo out. So yeah, everybody's, they pretty much getting distracted with Marlo's issue with Kandi. So another person says, the sad part about this is both of them, Marlo and Kandi, are valid in their feelings. My son almost died 4 years ago, and certain things can trigger me at any moment. I get Kandi not being emotional and not knowing what to do. I think that's a whole bunch of BS. I think that's a damn excuse. All that damn crying that you do. Kandi look like she crying in the middle of her damn sleep. And I'm not an emotional friend, but bitch, you expect for people to be there for you. Okay? One-sided. I told you, when a person is one-sided, look out for that. I get Marlo wanting more. I get Kandi feeling like she's attacking her business, and I see both sides being hypocrites. Kandi admitted that she's not the emotional friend. She should have said that to Marlo. Marlo could have went into depth about why this was triggering for her. She sat on camera and gave her life and feelings and felt dismissed by Kandi, only to turn around to see that Kandi doesn't have to talk about her nephew's situation. The only difference between the two is her nephew survived and she gets to not talk about it because of, in quotation marks, legal reasons. I'd be mad as well. It's easy to hate Marlo for the same reason. Y'all wanted her to be a housewife. Yeah, y'all all wanted her ass to be a housewife. Now she's one, and now it's too much. Okay? Another person says Kandi is strategic and her ego is getting the best of her. Come on, baby. She wants blind loyalty when she struggles with giving it herself to others over the years on this show. Come on, baby. I appreciated that she opened up this way because it was something new that we learned about her. They're talking about how she opened up about her brother and how she dealt with his death. The other part of her storyline with the drama between her mom and Todd and her mad business pursuits are not as engaging. I've seen it all before. I really want to see her connect with these women in a real way if she's going to stay on the show. Come on, baby. You preaching. Somebody saying something today, honey. I want to see authentic friendships and relationships. Exactly. Okay? Exactly. That's what we all want to see. Another person says, I'm glad people are finally beginning to see Kandi for who she really is. Another person says the same thing Kandi accused Nene of. She is doing the same thing. Kandi just couldn't do it while Nene was there. Exactly. Another person says, Kandi did not support her best friend Phaedra at all during her traumatic divorce, yet Kandi supports the hell out of Kenya during her divorce. Make that make sense. You're right. It's a friendship of convenience. Phaedra was deeply hurt when Kandi sided with Apollo, and I could see why Phaedra turned against Kandi, but it's a damn shame how their genuine friendship was ruined. Yeah, I used to like Kandi and Phaedra together, but friendships, they grow apart and you really get to see who somebody is. And she wasn't there, for Phaedra, and they did. Her and her husband. Kandi followed Todd. Kandi was so happy to have a man in her life, a dick in her bed, honey, I think it was Phaedra that hooked her and Todd up. Okay, yeah, Todd used to work on the set, but Phaedra was the one kind of pointing him out for Kandi. Like, girl, that Todd is a cutie. You should see what's up with that. And, so it was Phaedra that, helped them get together and for Kandi to dog her like that. But Todd, wanted to team up with Apollo. Now, guess what? Come a little closer. They ain't even cool no more. Todd and Apollo, he done took the criminal side and Apollo turned against Todd and Kandi. Okay, so yeah, make that make sense. So another person says, Carlos, I have to agree with you about last night's episode. It was the best episode of the season thus far. I think Sheree did a good job of getting the girls for a sit down. I appreciated seeing her vulnerable. I didn't see no tears, okay? And showing emotion. I think Kenya was out of line and going too far when she kept calling Marlo a bottom bitch and etc. Thank you, sweetheart, for even acknowledging that, because these people that review this show, they will skip right over everything Kenya does. And that to me is fake as hell. And I can't get jiggy with that. I can't lean with it. I can't rock with it. Okay, we gonna call people out. Let's call everybody out. Drew kept saying Marlo was childish for walking out, but Kenya wasn't displaying childish behavior. Exactly. Make it make sense, Drew, because I'm getting flip-flopper vibes from you wanting to be down like Brandy. Not want to be down with you from the singer Brandy, honey. Shout out to the singer Brandy, okay, and her daughter Sarai, honey, okay? Like, that's my girl. I'm a big fan of Brandy. Love her. Got a beautiful voice. That's the vocal Bible. Is that what they call Brandy, honey? Shout out to my cousin John. When he used to greet me, you guys, as a kid, and even up until I was grown, he would say, Brandy, Brandy, sweeter than candy. I love me some John. Shout out to John. Cousin John, honey. Okay, one of the family members, honey, I actually like, honey. Okay. Okay, so let's get back into these comments, honey. So another person says, exactly, Carlos. Some of these people haven't seen the show from the beginning, and Kandi and Kenya have never gotten along in the way Nene, Portia, and Phaedra have. Exactly. I truly don't buy that friendship either. They're strategic colleagues who think they're better than the rest of the cast. They are behaving exactly how they condemn Nene for behaving. Two chops. Thank you! Thank you! They used to get on Nene all the time, and they are behaving the same way. Yes. Child, another person says, that's right, Carlos, clock the girls and give them a history lesson. They seem to always forget. However, Kandi wants someone to not ride the fence when that's what she's been doing her whole tenure on Housewives. She's been called out plenty of times. Girl, ain't nobody gotta dislike someone just because you don't like them. The F. Exactly. Her and Kenya, they need to quit with that. It's just making them look bad. Okay? It is. Another person says, my thing is, without Marlo, the season would be boring. We need to recast the show. Kandi can actually go. We don't care for the Mama Joyce and Todd dynamic. Kenya has no real storyline. Exactly. Drew only engages if she's arguing with someone. Exactly. She's a fake actress. Let's bring back the luxury and having dinner stuff we love, the fun shade, and the actual cash trips. Exactly. Come on. Another person says, I agree, Carlos, with your take on Kandi and Kenya and their friendship. Kenya, from the beginning of her Real Housewives of Atlanta career, went for friendships with Nene, Kandi, and Phaedra, the it girl. She gave Kandi allowances as well as Nene that she never would have given anyone. Her calling Marlo bottom rung was a fruit and slip that reflects her attitude surrounding her friendship moves. Exactly. Come on, baby. Y'all is clocking this. I'm loving this. That insecure little girl that is identical to Marlo relishes the alliance of powerful women she has. Come on, baby. You get it. She constantly moves this way, even on the Ultimate Girls Trip. I dare to say that Kenya's brutal attack on Marlo and vice versa reflect both of their self-hatred of that little girl. That's a good observation. I really like that. Another person says, I think what is interesting is folks seem to have forgotten Kandi was told years before by her husband that she was selfish. He has even said it when it was his turn because it's been about her for a long time. Yep. During Kandi's commentary, I felt she missed the point you described in the video. I love me some Kandi, but if you're looking for an emotional friend, she ain't it. She doesn't fit that category. I also don't see why she has an issue with Sanya. When you have friends on opposite ends, you should be neutral, period. I do think Marlo didn't approach this well, though. It should have been a recent incident then reference the shooting to prove her point. Anywho, that's just my 2 cents. That's fair. That's fair. Another person says, I agree. I didn't find Sanya's answer offensive towards Kandi. Kandi could have not responded because it wasn't that deep, but she's responding because she knew some of the non-critical thinkers would dogpile on top of Sanya. Exactly. She was manipulative with the escape and SWV thing too. Okay? Sanya isn't the only person that has been asked that question. Exactly. Exactly. You either take my side or, I'm going to go against you. All of that, you guys, is going to perpetuate the situation, make it worse. You're not going to have an ally out of Sanya. You don't really need her as an ally. You already got Kenya and Drew up your ass and the candy coated clique. Okay? Like, what? Why do you need so many damn people to be up your booty? Okay, make it make sense. Another person says, and this is where everything started with Kandi and Kenya. So listen up. I've been saying since season 12 that Kandi and Kenya's friendship is an alliance. Kandi helped Kenya get back on the show. Remember, she helped her get back on the show. Kenya was asked either to not come back or they offer her less money because she ran off and married Mark. See, you can't do that. You can't scrutinize everybody else's marriage and then try to go and get married on the sneak tip without the cameras. Like, girl, you can't do that. That's not fair. But yeah, that's why she's so loyal to Kandi. And she hated Nene when she came back because she felt like Nene was supposed to vouch for her. Why would she vouch for you when you being fake? You not sharing your real life. Okay? The person says they've been attached to the hip ever since. I remember saying, since when did they become so buddy-buddy? They are bonded together by common enemies. Yeah, they trauma bonding. That's all they talk about when they get together. It was Nene, Portia, Phaedra, and now Marlo. Yeah, that's what they do. All right, you guys, that's all I have to say about all of that, honey. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you thought about this here video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.